Well, if you've ever had a fruit tree, you'll know the painstaking patience it takes to wait for it to grow and then eventually bear some fruit. But imagine your fruit tree, times 10,000 of them all ready for the fruit to be picked, but you can't get it off the tree. Well, that's the concern of Batlow Fruit Company Director and apple and cherry grower Greg Mowat. With closed borders leading to a decrease in worker migration, he's now left with a prospect. His fruit will be left to rot. Greg joins me now from his farm in Shumet. Greg, thank you for your time. In a very micro example, I reckon I waited years and years to get some fruit off one of my trees. You've got an enormous amount tied up, obviously, in your property, and all of these trees and your fruit will ripen, and Mother Nature doesn't sort of wait for anyone to get it off the tree. What are your concerns here come harvest time?
Our main concern is that we will have enough people to do the harvest. Now, right at this very moment, I'm not particularly concerned because we won't need those people until around late November, early December. So we need to have some surety from government that the borders are going to be opened and that there's going to be that there'll be they will allow free movement of the essential workers that we need to move the crops that we've got.
Give me a sense of where your pickers normally come from. Are they overseas workers? Are they workers from other states?
They're mostly overseas workers. We have in the past used a lot of backpackers. We've moved away a little bit from backpackers to a small contracting group that are based in Shepparton in Victoria, Northern Victoria. A lot of the employees that I've had over the winter, we've finished the pruning, and they have moved back to Victoria. So they want to come back and help me with the harvest and the fruit thinning come December, and we're just not sure whether they're going to be able to do that or not.
Yeah, we don't know obviously about the border issues. What's the sort of financial impost if your fruit goes unpicked?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, we've just come through a bushfire that's had a significant effect on our income for the year, and to top it off, potentially with the issue of not being able to harvest the crop when we need to, is just going to create absolute chaos for apple growers and cherry growers in our region.
How much of your product, I'm thinking cherries in particular, are export?
None of mine personally are exported, but cherries generally, there's a huge amount goes around the world from other regions, not only New South Wales, but also Victoria and Tasmania. There's huge volumes of cherries being grown at the moment, and it's critical for all of these growers to have a stable and available workforce.
Obviously, you'd be talking to other growers in your area, but more broadly, horticulturalists around the country. Are we starting to see any direct impact from all of these border restrictions in terms of food supply chains?
Not that I'm aware of now, but our crops are summer and autumn crops. For the harvest of vegetables and stone fruit, which will start in late October from the north coast of New South Wales. They'll be considerably concerned about about the availability of labour.
One of the criticisms has been, we've got about 5 million people in Australia either on JobKeeper or JobSeeker, which is the old dole. We're told unemployment will rise officially to about 13% once some of those payments are withdrawn. Is one of the issues here that, Australians right now are being paid well to sit at home? Is that part of the problem?
Could well be. I think we've made it easy for people not to work. So I guess it's back in the government's court to look seriously at those programs. And if you're young and you're fit, and you don't have to be overly fit. If you're just a good run-of-the-mill fitness, fruit picking can be a great opportunity for you to make a bit of money, see a bit more of the country. We're only 5 hours from Sydney by road, so come on down and avail yourself of plenty of work that's available.
And just before we go, is the government listening? Do you feel there's been an adequate level of consultation here?
Look, I know they're aware of it, but where that's up to, look, I just don't really know. I haven't had any, details of what's happening. But if we've got people that are, as I say, are fit and healthy and able to work, then by all means, there's plenty of fruit growing areas in New South Wales that they can avail themselves of work. So come on down.
Particularly Batlow. We want to see Batlow get back on its feet after those horrific fires at the start of the year. Greg Mowat, thank you for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.